Afternoon, John. Nice to see you. I think it's been about 6 months now that you've been with us at the company.
It's been 6 months and I've loved it. It's really fantastic. The people, its sense of purpose, and having just a lot of fun on the way. It's been great.
Just wondered, before we get into some questions about sort of peak delivery season and maybe some words of advice from yourself, if you could give a bit of an introduction about you and maybe provide some background on your work sort of in logistics before Zedify.
Yeah, sure. Where do I start? Well, if I go back to my own youth, father had a small haulage business and all my family were in some form of retail offering. So it's probably steeped in me, really. And I think the combination of retail and logistics is just fascinating. I think it's just something that appeals to me. So in my sort of first part of my career, I was with KPMG. And I met some remarkable innovators in retail, in particular living up in the north of England, and a whole breadth of logistic organisations. After I left KPMG, I went on to be chairman of a retail organisation, online retail organisation, which was fantastic, and then moved on to be the chairman of Yodel Logistics. An opportunity I didn't see coming. And I think the thing that really fascinates me is that it's an industry which you can get terribly right and delight your customers and make lots of money, or you can get it terribly wrong. I think really, if I look at really what gives good customer service at any time of the year, and indeed at those heightened times of peak, I think it's all the basics. Your logistics organisation, you've got to have what I've always said, the various levers all going in the right direction at the right time and the right momentum. So a lot of it comes down to business as usual. Are you looking after your people? Are you giving them the training? Are you communicating with your various stakeholders, whether it be your drivers, your customers? Have you invested in your IT and your processes? All the things which a logistics business needs to come together to provide a good customer service. And what you're trying to do in peak, you're trying to cope with those swelling volumes, whether it be twice, 3, 4, 5 times at the level of activity you're going to get in your network. Now, the point that always comes into there is this combination. It's obviously being able to have good leaders in your business which motivate people during peak, because it's hard. The men and women in these organisations do an incredibly difficult job. They're incredibly conscientious. It's cold. They're working long hours in difficult conditions. So I think on top of that, it's making sure that time is taken to have good communications, good planning, with your customers, with your additional, in effect, subcontractor organisations, your partners, to get it right, to plan properly. And if you plan properly, you stand half a chance of getting it right.